So here we are at Automotive Specialist Keith and Jeff Dorton's. Today we're going to do a walkthrough and just show you some of their equipment, some of the projects that they're working on right now, some of the engines that they have. I think they have a couple of really neat cars that y'all are really going to want to see. And in the future, we're going to come back up here and we're going to record them being cranked up, and hopefully we get a little test drive in there or something. So as for now, we're in the showroom. This is in the front part of the building. This is on Motorsports Drive. Same park that my shop's in, which is right around the corner. Now, you know, I've been blessed, overly blessed. Dorton allows me to do some of the in and out work, some of the upgrade work to his customers' cars and on, you know, motors that he's built for people. So super blessed and honored to be able to allow to work on their customers' cars. So yeah, we're just gonna do a little walkthrough here, show you a few things. Do all the head work, and these are the heads. Some are steel, some are aluminum. They've been building Flathead Fords and hot rodding them ever since the 60s and the 70s, so they specialize in them still today. They build motors for the Bonneville guys down in and then what was the other one, El something. Anyway, it's another salt bed lake that people race on, and they build motors. So yeah, across the country, there's people sending motors from Australia, from the UK. I mean, all over. It's kind of neat. That kind of stuff makes me excited. I don't know about you. I just like showing you the machines. It's cool. So. That motor's pretty special. All you Ford guys will know exactly what it is. But y'all can go in the comments, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's a 65 427 high output. You can tell by how big these are, and you can see they're all Ford numbers. That's a original. You see the Cobra oil pan, so that's a very, very rare engine.
Let me double check that.
Say hi. One of his key guys, been here a long, long time. So here's another one of his customers, Camaro 327. They built the engine for it. It's a pretty high-end build. As you can tell, they don't see rain a lot, but it got rain today. It's where they do all the cylinder honing. This is the same machine that everyone has. It's a standard and just an industry standard. Now this thing right here is pretty neat. This is not what you normally find. What you normally find here is a bunch of race engines for different builders. You can see different name brands on them. But there's not always cars in here. But sometimes they come back for tuning. See, that one's got a flathead. We're going to walk over to that one in just a second. So if y'all stay with me a little bit longer, we're going to check that one out. But this is a mud, I don't even know what you call it. I think it's a mud buggy. They call it a V paddle tire, something like that. But it's probably over 1,000 horsepower. I think big block Chevy is what that would be. And you see it's, so I'm going to quit talking. Yeah, check that out. That's cool. I mean, look at the shocks on that thing. So this thing has a 32, I guess a 32 Ford, 32 Chevy body on it normally, and that's been taken off, so they can they're adding a fuel pump, they're doing a couple things to it and tuning it. But they build, this is a old race car driver who's been racing for years, and he's always used them as the engine builder, so that's why it's here. But kind of rare to walk in here and see this today. That's what really inspired me to do this today. Oh, and did I mention that it's alcohol? Yeah, they don't run off gasoline. Yeah, you're talking about a wild ride. You have to look these guys up on Facebook. I think it's, I ain't too hip on the name, but it's alcohol addiction. It's actually talking about the fuel, not the drink. But pretty neat. Pretty neat ride. So I think they're going to crank it up and do some tuning on it. They're going to let me come up here and shoot some videos on it here. I don't know, the next couple days, I think. I kind of work around their schedules when they allow me to do stuff like that. So whenever, I'll come up here. That's pretty wild. Now you see it's slammed right now. This is low. So these pump up. And then, you know, I don't know what the normal ride height is, but this is just so you can trailer it and move it around. I would like to pop the hood on that car and show you the motor, but I can imagine what it looks like. Small block Chevy. It's just put together really, really well. So maybe we'll stop over there in just a second. Let's go check out something else. So this is heading back towards the dyno room. Now there's one of his Bable motors. It has a, it's a LS, as you can see by looking at the valve covers. It's a LS. It has a procharger F1X, where ours is a F194. So this one's a lot bigger, This thing probably makes 1,500 horsepower. And when they run them at Bonneville, they crate them back here, and then he goes over them again. He might tear them apart, he might not. Whatever it needs, you know. You can imagine the salt at Bonneville salt flaps really destroys everything. So they let me do some coatings on. We put some Cerakotes on stuff and different things. But a lot of these guys don't care too much about it being pretty. They want it to function. That's what they're worried about. So it's just a different ball game. Now you see that's a diesel engine here. Big grater on the bottom of it. So I mean, they do a lot of different things here. Anything making horsepower, they're involved in it, that's for sure. Oh, and this, you wonder what that cart right there is. That's the dyno cart. So that's what you mount the motor on, so you can roll it into here. And you see they got dual dynos. There's the computer and controls for that one. Computer, this is the main one here. If that looks familiar to it, that's where we had our motor sitting right here. And so that cart rolls right into here, plugs in, yeah, right there. And that's where you get air, get fuel, and then he can control everything. By this harness, he has different setups for different motors. He has different harnesses for different engines, different headers for different engines. That's where sometimes they call us because we're into old Fords and old big blocks and whatnot. So we have some big block Ford headers that they always borrow from us. So we always kind of keep them laying around, and makes us useful to the Dortons. Thank you, Dorton. So, all right. Over here, yeah, I guess I didn't cut through there. Keith and Jeff also TIG weld. They also metal fabricate. About anything that needs to be done. So this is the fabrication. This Sinkaway 350. And so they fabricate on some of them flatheads. There's things that Keith Dorton has been doing to them that he won't tell anybody about. They are secrets to the trade, and some of that stuff takes some fabrication to do. Different oiling, different. When one comes in, I'll do a video on one. They're pretty wild. But this is where they do a lot of the, I think, polishing on the crankshafts. As you can see, all the crankshafts are hanging here in this rack behind me. There's balancing. I think that's another line boring machine. Now this is their latest machine. And this is CNC. CNC. Yeah. Y'all tell me in the comments what exactly it is. But I think it's a line boring, honing machine. No, it's not a honer. It is a boring machine. That's what I think it is. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. Okay, we'll go check this car out, and then we'll walk in there and see if Keith wants to say anything. They probably don't. Busy working. So here's a 32 Ford custom Roadster. The other day the owner told me, he said that, this is a real emblem because he's got his stuff and that his tail is not attached. It would be molded into so that's a real emblem. You can imagine a lot of those got broken off. A lot of them ain't around anymore. This car has an amazing amount of detail in it. It's got little skulls right here. I don't think the camera's going to pick them up. But very, very, very beautiful. Pearl white, powder coated frame, powder coated wheels. It is a fuel injected, electronically fuel injected Flathead Ford. This is a ceramic glacier silver Cerakote. You see that thing's beautiful. Firewall's been, body work done to it. Everything's had body work done to it, even the frame. It is pretty on the inside too. Crazy amount of detail put into this car. I think it's back here for some tuning. Trying to finish up the build. The skinny back tires. You see that's got disc brakes on it. So it probably rides pretty good. Alright, so that's all the cars. I think that's all the machinery. So we're going to take it to the last room here. This is where all the magic happens. And he's in here engraving right now. That's how he keeps track of things. So this is the final assembly room. You see behind me, where it's kind of shut off. It's kind of kept a little cleaner. And you can see the master behind me at work now, doing what he does best. All right. Well, thank y'all so much. I appreciate you watching and subscribing. We're going to get out of here because now we're getting on their nerves. We're playing with videos and they're working. But we're all doing what the Lord called us to do, right? All right. Well, that's Automotive Specialist, Jeff and Keith Dorton. Thank y'all so much for watching today. If you haven't yet already, hit that subscribe button. That'll really help us out. That'll really show us that you're supporting us and you continue to believe in us. So make sure to tune back in. We're gonna be cranking that bad boy up and seeing what she sounds like. We might see a couple other things here. Not really sure yet, but maybe one way to find out, and that is continue to watch. And thank y'all so much. I really appreciate it. Y'all have a blessed day, and may the Lord keep you and bless you. Amen.